Hello. I have no clue if I'm live or not. You're gonna have to hang tight with me here. And I also can't really see the chat. I had to get new software. Alright, let me head over to my YouTube. Hello, welcome. My channel is very small, and probably this is why it's very small. It's because I don't greet people the way others do. Oh, hello, welcome to my channel. Okay, seems good. So, I don't know when the last time I was live was, but I do know I was not alright. I do remember that. So, I hope this software works. I have had to update, actually I had to install new software because my software just stopped working, along with my life. If you watched my last live. So this is new program. This is me trying out this program for the first time. There might be echo. There might be some kind of delay. I might not see the chat, although I'm trying to make sure that I position it in a way that I do see the chat. Say hello if you join this live now and are watching it and want to interact with me. I am not okay still, and I think I've done enough lives and I've done enough videos that people know that I don't necessarily make this about me. But I also don't want to eliminate me. I don't want to eliminate that because I matter, you matter. And I can't just sort of erase myself for the 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 40 minutes that I'm here. Let me go take a step back and talk about the last live stream that I did. I'm not 100% still. I'm probably very similar energetically to where I was during that live. I have contemplated, deleting it completely, but that's not being authentic, and that's not really being real, considering we live in a time period that is crazy, like absolutely insane time period, especially if you're someone who considers themselves to be spiritually awake, spiritually aware, conscious, whatever term you wanna use. I personally, if you don't know me, woke up during COVID, and my awakening it wasn't subtle. It was pretty harsh, pretty traumatic. And I thought the worst part of my awakening was over. But this time period right now, if you're watching this right now, not a year from now, right now, this time period is proving to be very intense. Things that I have come to realize since I did my last live stream and the meltdown that I had on my last live. Hello, whoever's here. Please feel free to say hi. I think I can see the chat. I think is that I'm an Aries, and there is apparently 7 planets right now that are astrologically aligned, or they've jammed themselves in the astrology. I'm not an astrologer. I don't know anything about this stuff, but this has come to my attention that there is something very rare, something very unique happening. That is 7 planets are in the zodiac sign of Aries, whatever that means in the charts. Okay, for some reason, Aries, the people who were born in Aries or in April, I can't remember, April and March, are getting hit the hardest right now because of this configuration, because of this alignment. It doesn't excuse us behaving poorly. But it explains a little bit. There's also a new moon that I think it was on the 17th in Aries. And on that day, I really felt it. The energies really were heavy duty. But on top of that, there's also a lot of bombardment of light that is currently entering this planet in this time period. This has been noted because I do follow other spiritual people. This is not me giving you new information. This is me relaying to you what I have come to understand and why the energies are so unstable right now. If you're like me, you will find that old wounds, old thoughts, old habits, old ways of being, old ways of thinking, gloom and doom specifically, is constant in your mind. Constant. There's no way out of this. This bad thing's gonna happen to me. This horrible thing's gonna happen. This horrible person is gonna do this. This horrible situation is gonna get worse. Stuff like that. I personally, my life continues to unravel in the worst possible way. I shouldn't say that because the universe might surprise me and make it even worse. But financially, extreme instability. I have a system in the country that I live in that is currently coming after me. Coming after me for whatever reason. I don't think I did anything wrong, but you know, they have lots of time on their hands, so they like to make people's lives miserable. So because of the way I was treated by a system in the previous country that I used to live in, which was Saudi Arabia, I'm having a really hard time getting entangled with a official system in this country because my experience has been so poor and negative where I was jailed. Hello, Kaylee Maria. It's so lovely. It's so lovely to encounter you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're a bright soul. Just a lovely human being. You know, you definitely strike a chord with me. I can feel that the energy is all over the place lately. I've been experiencing crazy anxiety and my usual coping skills aren't doing it anymore. I started trying out EFT tapping. Welcome to the club. Like I said, my finances are collapsing. And I usually have a way. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you. Thank you. So the software is working. So that's good. That's a good sign. Yeah, the old ways of, I used to manifest money quick. Like within 24 hours, I would be able to manifest not necessarily exact amounts of money, but money. And I have not been able to do that. There has been a standstill financially. I have had no method of receiving money outside of, you know, the few supporters. And thank you again to Tam C. I want to thank him because in my last live stream where I put out a plea for people to, you know, if they want to support, to come subscribe, he did. And he, what a gentleman, you know, chivalry or whatever that term is. Like, it's not lost. People like this give me hope, you know? And I might just go into the tier that he subscribed in, which is the highest tier, and just do a live reading just for him, like a tarot reading, as a thank you. So there are good people out there. And I titled this live stream Cults. Because something has, and I'm not trying to make a harsh sort of transition. I don't really have a script. Again, I'm not 100%. I'm not necessarily organized. If you watch this live, thank you for tolerating the lack of organization. But something has come to my attention. And I watched something on Netflix. No, not Netflix, sorry, Prime Video. And if you're interested in this phenomena, because it happened in the 60s and the 70s, when something similar to what we're going through happened, and especially in the States and North America, people lost trust in the systems that govern them, in the systems that rule them. And I right now fall into that category. I've lost complete trust in all systems. I have no respect for any government, specifically the government in the country that I live in. I don't hate them, but I have no value for them. I still value that they are humans. I still value that they are unconscious human beings, but I do not respect them necessarily. I'm not going to go out here and tell you, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, this hatred. I'm not going to come on here and project hatred. But I watched a show, a very interesting documentary series. It's called Cult Justice, if you're interested in it. There's also other shows. There's one on Netflix about Osho or Rajneesh. I like Rajneesh. It doesn't take away from the fact that he did form a cult. It's called Wild Wild Country. That one is on Netflix. The one that I recently just watched and finished watching, I think it's like 7 or 8 episodes. It's on Prime, and it also discusses and exposes cults. But these cults, it covers them beyond the era of the 60s and the 70s. Why am I bringing this up? There's a pattern that humanity has. I think this is the conscious evolution that we're currently going through. I think this is the pattern or the cycle that we're trying to leap out of and see. I could be wrong. It could be one of the patterns. It doesn't necessarily have to be the only pattern, but it's the unconsciousness of human beings that leads them when they lose faith in a system or a group that governs them. They go out soul searching and they find another group with leaders and they follow that group only for that group to mislead them even more. And that's the phenomena of cults that you saw. It really, really rose after the 60s and the 70s. And according to reports that I read, if you can trust them, cults started up again during and after COVID. So, okay, we know that cults exist, but who cares, One of the things I was always aware of when I started coming on here doing my talks, when I became spiritual, and when I started to talk about spirituality and discussing things from a spiritual angle, from a spiritual perspective, is that I'm not going to form a cult. I really, really want, I think I have it in my bio here, that I'm not necessarily looking to form a cult. I don't want a following. But what has triggered me, and I didn't realize why I was being triggered until I finished watching that series, is that there's a few people that I follow. Some of them I've been interviewed on their YouTube channels, and I still enjoy these people deep. Like, I like them, but I've learned what happened, and I've learned that I need to maintain my distance, and I need to stand out. And I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not going to name anyone by name. My throat chakra is cracking. I'm not going to mention anyone by name. I'm not projecting, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just saying, be aware. Be aware. There's a lady that I follow, and I've been following her since COVID, when my spiritual awakening began. And her channel suddenly blew up. Like, she blew up, her channel blew up, but her messaging became weird. At the same time, I actually had to, I love this woman. I love her. I love everything about her. She doesn't put any makeup on. She's my age. She looks like she's 80. God love her. She's all natural, and she comes on and she was able to build her following. But something happened with her messaging. I watch her now and I can't stomach watching her. I don't want to, I have to be careful in how I phrase this. She mentions the word Jesus about, like, let's say I'm watching a short that she has put out. Shorts are usually around a minute long. She will say the term Jesus probably somewhere between 40 to 50 times, to the point that you feel nauseous. Like, I feel like I want to, I'm like, okay, stop saying Jesus, all right? Or if she doesn't say Jesus, and she referenced God as a he, and I really have issues with that. I really take issues with people who assign a gender to God, regardless why. I don't want to get into why. She references God as a he. And if she doesn't talk about Jesus, she talks about the light of God, and she mentions that about 40 to 60 times in a minute. And her messaging has become weird, contorted. She's starting to talk about demons. She's starting to talk about the Nephilim and strange names, and I'm like, okay, I don't this isn't resonating with me anymore, and that's enough for me to leave. That's enough for me to leave. Once there are red flags that I realized after watching that show, that she has essentially formed a cult. And her YouTube, like if she puts out a short or a very small short, a live or anything, she will get upwards of 4,000 likes, which means that she's getting a lot more views if you're gonna get 4,000 likes. So she has successfully formed a cult, and I happy for her. You know, if it works for her and the people with her, good luck to you. You know, go with the speed of God, as she says. But it's not my jam. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying she's doing something wrong. I'm not saying she's evil. I'm just saying that's not what I want to do. There's another lady that I follow, and she follows me, and I've been on her YouTube channel, and I recently saw some posts and a video that she did about how happy she is and where she is in life and how good things are for her. And she put out a video or two about where she is and the people that she's with, and they mimicked the picture that I posted on this live as a thumbnail. They were dancing and celebrating and like in a circle, very cultish behavior. I'm not saying she formed a cult. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I've become very aware of what cults are, how they can start off, because everything starts off small. And I know that that is not who I am. And I know that that is not what I want to do. And even though I get somewhat triggered when I see other people succeed in this field, I don't know why I get triggered. I'm not angry, I'm not upset, and I'm not jealous. But it made me wonder, what am I doing wrong? And after watching that show, I realized that what I'm doing wrong is that I'm not crazy enough. That's what I'm doing wrong. I refuse to allow myself to drift, to drift off into some unstable place that I am not, I don't feel comfortable or grounded in. Other people that have interviewed me have also, like just from my own personal communication with them, and I've ended my association with those people. And I didn't really understand why it had to end, but it did end. I see now that they were in that mind frame. The words that they used, like there's the 144,000 people that are chosen right now. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Chosen to do what? And I never really get an answer. Another word that came through was the Elohim. When people start giving me names and words of something or of entities or of, I really start to pull away because I don't know. I'm like, it's like that lady. She said the Nephilim have infiltrated humanity. I'm like, okay, no, I'm good, thanks. You enjoy the Nephilim and the research you're doing on them. Happy for you, and the demons. Good for you. This isn't my field. Another guy is talking to me about the Elohim, and the aliens. I'm like, all right, well, okay, you know, you pursue that. Happy for you, not my cup of tea. Not for me. So you'll never hear me talk and mention these words, these names, these. I guess I don't want to use the term conspiracy theorist because to many I appear as a conspiracy theorist. I am not a person who is pro government. I am not a person who is pro any system that is on this planet right now that is interfering with our lives, with our freedoms, especially our freedom of thought, especially our freedom of movement, especially our freedom of consciousness. Here, what you wish to follow, what you wish to be. You know, there's a lot of bombardment right now with I mean, you can, it appears as legislation, laws, social norms, but there's a lot of bombardment interfering with with free thought. It's almost like being a free thinker right now is wrong. Thinking for yourself is can't be doing that. I'm gonna spank you. You can't think for yourself. That's sort of my limit. I want freedom of speech. I want freedom of belief, and I want freedom of movement, and I want freedom to make my own money however way I wish, so long as I am not hurting anyone without the state dipping. Without me funding things I don't really want to fund. You know what I mean? But that's sort of another discussion. I don't want to get into it. And I wanted to talk about this and dissect it here. And again, I really don't want to crap on anyone. Really, really, really don't want to hurt anyone. If people want to form cults right now, you should have the freedom to be able to do that. I just hope you're not hurting anyone when you are doing that. Because a lot of the time when cults are given enough freedom, they do end up feeding. There's always some kind of sexual abuse. There's always some kind of financial grab and abuse. And sadly, there's always some kind of child abuse that happens. Be it psychological, be it physical. I would strongly recommend you go watch that documentary. It is called Cult Justice. If you find yourself not sure where you are right now, and you're following this person or these people or this group or that YouTube channel, and they're drifting away into some weird place and you're drifting away with them, just be aware. And from there, I would like to expand a little bit more that I have come to believe or understand, not believe, that cults also include political parties, because for the past decade, we have seen political parties behave as cults. And I don't care who your allegiance is with. I personally have no problems with the President of the United States. But I'm also aware of shitty things that he does. I have not pledged my allegiance to anyone. The same with the country that I'm in. They have become a cult. It has become a very open and hostile cult. If you challenge the cult's narrative, because the cult is very ideologically driven, if you challenge their ideology in any shape or form, they will come after you. They will destroy you in every way, shape, and form. If you step out of line in the cult, they will not have it. They will make sure that you remain in line. And that is the way that the country that I'm in is behaving right now. The laws that are being passed. By the way, the country that I'm in elected a minority liberal government. That minority liberal government has now become a majority, and we never had an election. We never had an election. You would think the people would be out in the streets protesting right now, but they're not, because they are fully succumbed to the media narrative and the control and the way the media spins things. Oh, look, he got his majority. Oh, and he didn't even need to call an election. All these floor crossers. Oh, it's fine. This is part of a democracy, you know? Um, and that's very interesting, because had this situation happened to the opposition, we would be, I believe, we would be in civil war right now. By the way, I'm not sure this live stream is gonna stay up. I don't know if the words I'm speaking are allowed anymore. But cults can become political parties, and have become. Political parties are essentially cults. The way people behave, if you see them, the way it's in front of you right now. You see it on social media. You see it in public. If you voice a different opinion than what the social norm is in the country that you're in the governing political party, you have to brace yourself. You have to worry. Outside of that, countries operate as cults. Allegiance. I'm not going to say if you're a patriotic human being, you're a cult member, but I would urge you to check yourself. Why are you patriotic? Why do you need to be patriotic? Why do you need to support the war machine? I'm not telling you go revolt on the military and the military's bad. We need militaries. We live in a time period. We haven't evolved into peace. We don't live in New Earth. We're not there yet. This Earth is filled with war. And when you have a place that is filled with war, I guess you need military. But why? Why do you need to support it? Why do we need NATO? Why do we need a war machine? Why do we need any of this? And yet, at the same time, while you're being told to support your troops and all that, and give them your money, give them your service, which it's fine if that's what you believe, as long as it is your own personal belief and a conclusion that you came to, not something you grew up being told to think and do. It's absolutely, I'm just asking you to use the machinery that is in your mind. Why do we need NATO? Why do we need to have all this craziness, while at the same time the people who want you to support your troops are indirectly funding they fund both sides of the war? And if you're not aware of this, I would urge you to do some research without subscribing into any conspiracy theory. Just look a little bit deeper than where you're allowed to look, within where you have been given permission to look. The war machine remains because the war machine funds both sides of the war, while ordering us to remain on this side. This is the side that you're allowed to support. You can't look here. These are the enemy, but we're going to go behind and we're going to give them some money. We're going to give them some military equipment. Just, we're going to pretend it's for a good reason. Or we're just going to do it without telling you. That's all. Just look and examine your beliefs. Examine if the words I'm saying anger you and frustrate you, and you want to click the stream off and you want to leave me a nasty comment like the person. I realize I'm not my best right now. I realize that my vibration is not at its highest. And I also realize that like attracts like. But I had some person come and leave crazy comments on my last live stream, and I'm going to say this. If you're coming here with the energy of conflict, projecting hate, with a war mentality, seeking a challenge, you will not get it from me. You can leave all the angry comments and the accusations and the projections, that whatever it is you want to call me, go for it. I will remove it, because that is not the energy that I want near me or near my channel. We can be civil and disagree. We can be civil and challenge each other's ideas, because that's how we evolve. When you take out an ideological sword and you start swinging it at people, including online, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's kind of like war. War doesn't get us anywhere. War is animals ripping and tearing at each other, and we are here to evolve beyond the cult. The cult. The cult mentality, the cult behavior, the us versus them, the othering, the challenging. We're here to go beyond all that. And I say this to you as someone whose life is completely falling apart. My life has been falling apart for the past 2 years. I have lost every pet I had. I have lost every friendship I had. And now I have lost the stability of money, of finances. So I don't know how much longer I can actually come here physically and do this. So I'm not saying the people who tend to be ideological tend to have somewhat stable lives. You know, I'm going to sit here on my platform and they have a following, a great following. I don't. If you look at this channel, I have 57 people. Maybe after this, God knows if I'll have anyone at all. Because like I said, I'm not crazy enough. I'm not radical enough. I'm not out there enough. I still have a semblance of sanity. And I would like to keep it. I am not stable. Here in this 3D world, zero stability. But yet I would like to see humans behave better. And the insight that I got, especially after watching that show, I wanted to share with you. Because who knows? Maybe the instability and the energies right now are causing people's minds to fracture. I know mine almost did. Today I was like making some food and I just started crying out of nowhere because of the bombardment of the thoughts. And not everyone is aware that the energies are crazy. Not everyone believes in energy. They don't know what they're feeling. Oh my God, let me go listen to this person talking about the Nehillim or Nephilim and the Elohim and the 144. It takes them out of reality a little bit. But I would urge myself and you to stay grounded as much as you can in reality. As tempting as it is to exit, to depart and go follow a cult and, and get absorbed. Who's that? Tam. Hello, Tam. Hello, honey. If I have the energy, as soon as I'm done this live, I'm going to go into the tier that you're subscribed in. And I'll do a tarot reading. If you're up for it. If not, I'll do it another time. But I was just talking about you, Tam, and how grateful I am to you. So yeah, I wanted to talk about cults today. And for the most part, I feel like I did. I started off small with little movements, including people here on YouTube. And why I don't think I'm succeeding on YouTube. I thought it was mainly like the universe giving me a sign to stop. But I enjoy this. Like, I really do enjoy this. And I want to have some agency in my life. But I don't feel like I'm a cult kind of person. I'm not. If anything, I'm the person who escapes cults. So I thought I should do this sort of giving people heads up. Just watch out. Watch out for everything right now, because humans, part of this evolution, a big part of this evolution is exiting this cultish behavior, this cultish mentality, and I think it's a genetic imprint that has been in us. This tribalism, it's been in us. It's from the early, days, where we had to stick together. We had to operate as a cult to defend ourselves. That's no longer the case right now. I feel like things are shifting and moving and morphing. And as consciousness continues to grow and make a presence on this planet that's bigger and expand, and that's a big part of the turmoil, because as consciousness grows and becomes more present on Earth, unconsciousness needs to go somewhere. So you're seeing a battle of consciousness versus unconsciousness as well. And as consciousness evolves, and we evolve because consciousness is evolving through us on this planet, we are evolving, and we have to evolve out of this tribalism. We have to evolve out of the othering. We have to evolve into compassion and understanding. We have to evolve into awareness. I'm not vilifying anyone who's forming a cult. The lady that is just formed a cult that I love and her channel exploded. Yay her. At least she's seeing the financial return out of the amount of effort that she's put in. I hope it doesn't cause harm. That's my only concern. I'm not here to vilify anyone. I'm just here to tell you what I see, and for you to be aware. Whatever it is you believe in, if you can't question that belief, there's a problem there. You have to be able to question everything freely that you believe in. Things that you know, there are things that I know, like that my higher self exists. And even that, like when I stumble and fall, like I have been for the past few weeks, even that I question until my higher self makes itself apparent to me again through many ways. And then I'm like, okay, I know that this is real. But you're allowed to question yourself, question others, question beliefs, question, leaders, question religions, question country leadership, question an entire country without the need to vilify. You don't need to vilify anyone. That's not for me. Okay, I know that that's not for me. Okay. That's all. Please preserve your energy and mental health. That is paramount now. Paramount. I don't know, man. I'm trying, Tam. I'm trying. It's funny, I was it yesterday or the day before? I watch my lives and I watch a lot of my videos. And I went back quite a while and I watched the live stream that I did. And I couldn't recognize the person I was watching. I couldn't recognize her. And it was surreal. It was like I was watching someone else. But that's how much I have been changing and morphing. And before I leave, I'm just going to leave you guys with something, and it's not from me. It's from a lovely lady that I follow. Her channel is Moon Magic Weekly Tarot. Her name is Jenny. She said something, and I was deeply, deeply, like, very, very low vibration, extremely unconscious, crying, emotional, sucked into my emotions, sucked into my thoughts. She said, whatever it is that's troubling you right now, and for me it was money, it's still money. She said, take it out, so grab it, or at least visualize that you're grabbing this problem and put it in front of you. Put the problem, all of it, as messy as it is, put it in front of you and look at it. Observe the problem and observe the entangled emotions, that your emotions, as they're entangled in this problem, become the observer. And when she said those words, I was able to take my problem that I have with CRA right now and put it in front of me and look at CRA, my problem with CRA, the emotions that are coming up for me because of my problem with CRA, because of my problem with lack of income right now. And I looked at it very, very objectively, without the money is always emotional for me. And for first time in ever in my life, I was able to look at money and my problem with money without getting emotional. For the first time, I looked at it and I saw the pain and I saw money and I saw sadness, and I just was able to observe it and recognize what was happening. And then the next day I woke up and I was freaking out about money again. But at least I was able to do that. At least you've done it. I've done it, which means I can do it again and again and again and again. Whatever this problem is, if it's a problem with health for you, if it's a problem with a person, with love, it's an emotional problem, if it's a person, a family member, whatever it is, remove it from inside of you, put it outside of you, and observe it. And again, this is from Jenny, from the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot. This is not from me. I'm just putting it out there because it helped me. All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. I hope there is something positive that came out of this little blurb that I just did in the format of a live stream. I would like to reiterate, if you come here, and I'm not attacking you, everyone is welcome here. But if your intention in coming here is to fight with me, with other people, please find another channel. Please, I beg of you, go somewhere else and take your energy with you. Thank you. Awakening is a constant, never-ending process. Tam, many issues I thought I had healed are coming back again. Join the club. Join the club. Kaylee Maria, brighter days are coming for us all. I do believe that. My concern is, how bad is this shit gonna get? Am I gonna get evicted? Where am I gonna get deported? Who knows? I'm 50. I can't. Like when I was in my 20s and I was battling the religious authorities in Saudi Arabia, and I was in jail and I was kidnapped and I was sentenced to 80 lashes, and you're young and you have energy in you. Man, I'm like, I can't do that shit. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm asking the universe to take it easy on me a little bit, right? Anyway, thank you, everyone. If you wish to support, please go subscribe to my Patreon or donate to my Ko-Fi or Coffee. I'll pin my Patreon and my Buy Me a Coffee in either in the comments or the description. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you for being here. You know, it's tough right now. It's a shit show right now. I still try to come on here even when I'm not my best. You know, I want people to see that I'm real. And for the love of everything, I am not trying to form a cult. I love you. I do love you.